About 3 weeks ago, Rakim called CPS on me when I went out of town for a short trip because he said he was left alone with drugs and alcohol. CPS saw straight through his lies.
She thought I called CPS on her because she wouldn't send me $20. I called because I was asking for resources and they just wanted my parents' names. So I gave it to them, of course.
You are an impressive young man.
Thank you.
But things deteriorate. I mean, here's a video of what goes on sometimes that Joselyn recorded in an argument with her son that took place just a week ago over him taking his mom's phone without her permission.
I can't hold you to anything. If I can't hold you to anything, how do you expect me to hold you to anything?
Rakim, every time I ask you to do something, there's always something. And then you come sneaking in my room in the middle of the night and you take my phone. If you wanted a question for something, you can wake me up and ask me. You don't have the right to come into my room and take my things. And then I tell you to give me the phone and you won't give it to me?
And you wonder why I don't want to.
You don't deserve a phone.
Doctor, I'm looking for the adult in this conversation. What was your reaction to this video?
Exactly the same thing. With like what we need to do is keep on that we're the one in charge, yes, but we also need to be calm and cool. The thing that I think we also need to do is take the breath before we start speaking to our kids so we don't react, we respond.
Now, you feel like your mother moves the target on you, right?
With the whole computer thing, I feel that she just keep moving the goalposts because she said, get your grades up, get them to at least a D. So I did that. And she was like, well, it's more than just your grades. You got to start being more respectful. And I'm like, okay. So I try to start being more respectful. Eventually it starts working. And then she keeps moving the goalposts like, oh, no, you'll get your stuff back after Dr. Phil. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah. What do you say to that?
Well, first of all, I'd like to agree with you on the nonverbal signal. I have been trying to teach Rakim that since he was 2 years old, and he refuses to listen. He doesn't follow direction, ever. He never has.
You had each of them fill out a questionnaire for 150 different items, and you were looking at core assets. Explain.
Well, what we know is that one of the best ways to create a relationship with our kids is to look for what they're good at as opposed to what their weaknesses are. What I had is 150 assets that are common that we see in kids, then each of them looked at it, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Across the board, mom's gonna fill out what she thinks about her son. He's gonna fill out what he agrees are his strengths. They're not seeing them. Then we put them together out of 150. How many of these match up? Only 5. And out of hundreds of times I've done this, I've never seen this low of being able to figure out, here's what you have in common. The fascinating thing is the 5, you could see many of these already in the audience would identify. He's independent, he's friendly, he has a good vocabulary, he's a speaker. The key, the first thing we've got to do is start looking at what are the other things to build his strength up, because if you want confidence in a kid, or at least relationship with a kid, you got to start with more of a little bit of the positive. Every kid needs to feel safe, accepted, and respected. I think that's lying real dormant with this kid right now.
So this is the lowest you've seen.
This is the lowest I have seen.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.